Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Palantir stock is the most overvalued firm of all time. And if you are a retail investor who has a large portion of their portfolio in this publicly traded company, and you are listening to disgusting, sickening, filthy frauds and listening to all of their bull cases and believing them, and you continue to hold this stock, you are going to get annihilated like you can't even possibly imagine. So in this video, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to go check out Palantir stock. We're going to go look at the stock price because it's plunging and all the grifters are freaking out. Now all the shareholders are freaking out because the stock went down a little bit. And then we're going to read an article making the case that Palantir is the most overvalued firm of all time. And then we're going to go read a short report. We're going to go read a short report that demonstrates how delusional this valuation is. And honestly, at this point, if you've ever come on my channel and made fun of me about Palantir, I wish you nothing but ill will. If you're listening to frauds, grifters, and losers, and you think they're legitimate, I want you to lose everything. And when you do, I will be extremely happy that you lost it all, because your day is coming. Because I, Strongman Personal Finance, I always win in the end. Never forget that. So let's go check out Palantir. Number one, the stock's down 9.35%, and it's down an additional 1.9% in the aftermarket. So, of course, all the morons need their reassurance. They need to be reassured by the grifters that everything's okay, because they're so fixated on short-term price fluctuations that a normal drop in a stock that's run up massively in the past year is a cause for panic, apparently. Well, what do you think is going to happen if this stock drops another 50%? Can you imagine the bloodbath that could ensue? And as proof that the grifters have to keep assuaging their fans, what does Tom Nash do? He posts a video saying, it's over. The end of Palantir. Why Palantir is dropping and keeps dropping. He's got to constantly reassure his fans because they don't understand what they're investing in. They're seeing a company that has gone up. They've ignored all evaluations. They've lost all rationality. And they believe that by buying this company, they have a ticket out of their pissant, poor lives of loserdom. So let's check out this beautiful article here. Palantir might be the most overvalued firm of all time. Now, I know a lot of you aren't students of history because reading is boring. Knowledge is boring. You want to focus on your worthless, hedonistic lives. But if you actually read history and you go back to the dot-com bubble, the Great Depression, et cetera, if you had gone back and read about those times, you would have seen firms that were insanely valued. There was massive euphoria in a lot of companies during previous stock market crashes. And what I see right now is that we're in the same exact scenario where everybody is so full of themselves and truly believes that they are smart by buying a company that is astronomically, mind-blowingly overvalued. And of course, eventually the crash happens and they all get wiped out. But leading up to the crash, they feel like absolute geniuses. And they attack people like me who actually preach good investment strategies, such as dollar cost averaging, buying, holding, reinvesting dividends into total world index funds over your entire life. They mock people like me. And then the crash happens. And what do the critics do? What do the critics do? They vanish. They poof away. They go back into their little rat holes, waiting for the next bear or bull market so they can pretend like they're geniuses again. I know how this works. I've already experienced this once. For a few days in March 2000, as the dot-com bubble neared bursting, Cisco was the world's most valuable company. And there were frauds like Amiku Krija, Tom Nash, etc. back in 2000, guaranteed. and people were probably worshiping them as gods, as geniuses. It's a cycle as old as time itself. It happens over and over and over again. But you think this time is different. We will see about that. Now the seller of network gear is a cautionary tale, even if it is also an enduring success, with real earnings per share of 4.5 times what they were back then. Investors became so exuberant about the firm's prospects 25 years ago that they valued it at more than 200 times its annual profit. Not revenue, profit. Or about $1 trillion in today's money. Now, before we read on, can Palantir go to $1 trillion this year? Absolutely. You want to know why? Because it's completely divorced from fundamentals. 100% divorced. It's like cryptocurrency. Why is Bitcoin at $100,000 something dollars? Because it's completely divorced from the fundamentals, which are zero. Because people believe it to be true. In the short term, stocks can go anywhere. In the long run, they will return to their intrinsic value. They will. It is inevitable. Starting from a valuation that stratospheric, Cisco's solid but unspectacular growth was a bitter disappointment. Its market value is now $280 billion. $280 billion. No one can accuse Palantir, a data analysis outfit and the most searingly hot stock of 2025, of unspectacular growth. It reported revenue of $1 billion for the second quarter this year, some 48% higher than the second quarter of 2024, and quadrupled the figure from the same period in 2020. Silicon Valley types seek out companies satisfying the rule of 40, meaning that the sum of their operating margin and year-on-year sales growth, both expressed in percentage points, is higher than 40. Palantir's score in that measure is 94, higher than any other enterprise software firm with equivalent or greater sales. Among the world's 25 biggest companies by market value, of which Palantir is one, only NVIDIA, the center of the AI revolution, with its near monopoly on advanced chip making, scores higher. Any investor would want a piece of that. Of course they do. They see a stock go up, they buy it. The trouble is that Palantir's market value has already soared to $430 billion, more than 600 times its past year earnings. Now, I will say as a caveat, past earnings are past earnings. Markets are forward-looking, right? So you would think that a company that is trading at 600 times its past year's earnings must be growing profits rapidly, right? And because of that, you would potentially assign a higher multiple. Well, guess what? A company has to be growing incredibly fast and has to continue to do so in order to justify that valuation. And if it doesn't, you're going to see an utter collapse. It's coming. It is coming. Just like Bitcoin will collapse and just like Tesla will collapse at some point. It will happen. I can't believe I'm still talking about Bitcoin and Tesla and now Palantir after 5 freaking years. But here we are. God help us. And nearly triple the equivalent multiple for Cisco, or indeed NVIDIA at its peak. Software firms often prefer to express their valuations in terms of underlying sales, which puts Palantir's multiple at about 120. I know you people, I know this is hard for you to understand because mathematics is very difficult for you. It's hard for you. I understand. You're stupid. You're paying $120 for $1 of sales. Sales is at the top of the income statement. That's before any expenses are deducted. Hey, my business is going to generate $1 of sales. How about you give me $100 or $120 for it? And you could have partial ownership of my business, or you can buy the whole thing. What do you think about that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. For comparison, in 2005, the year before the Oxford English Dictionary added the term verb Google, Google's price to sales peaked at 22. God, this is such a tragedy. Palantir is a tragedy for retail investors. You'll appreciate my words one day. Trust me. You need not look far to explain why Adam Parker of Triverite Research has published a note entitled, "Could Palantir be the best short idea?" No, 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 no. You don't short. If you had shorted Tesla, you would be a genius. Well, at least on paper, you would be. But by shorting Tesla, you're betting against a fanatical clown cult. And Tesla is now trading at probably $1 trillion of valuation with collapsing sales and earnings, completely divorced from its fundamentals. But all the clowns would laugh at you and call you stupid for shorting a company that has utterly collapsed, at least fundamentally. But the stock price has gone up. Don't short. Don't do it. Go watch Everything Money and ask him about NVIDIA. Writing in late May, he examined the ratio of enterprise value to forecasted sales for the coming year. On this measure, Palantir then scored 73 and now scores 104. Mr. Parker looked for other listed companies that hit a multiple of 70 since 2000. Excluding financial firms and those with annual revenue of less than 50 million, he found 14, the largest of which has a market value around a quarter of Palantir's. That was Strategy. Strategy, the scam Bitcoin treasury company. Oh, and no, don't even get me started on Strategy. You think you're smart buying Strat? Go right ahead. Go right, please. I insist. I want you to put your entire financial fortune, basically your money in Robinhood, and I want you to put your family's money in Strategy, please. I insist. A firm that sells some software but pitches itself to investors as a Bitcoin treasury company with a value derived from its cryptocurrency holdings. Mr. Parker also looked at the shareholder returns such companies have generated. He first lowered the bar to an enterprise value to sales ratio of 30, since so few firms have ever hit Palantir's heights. He then measured their subsequent returns after first hitting that level relative to the S&P 500. A year after its multiple first hit 30, the median firm had underperformed the index by 22%. Pile in, boys. Pile in. All in, baby. And seen its multiple contract to 18. What then would it take to make Palantir shares worth buying? The firm helps everyone from spooks to fast food chains analyze their data better and therefore improve their operations. Oh, by the way, their market is actually limited because they can't really provide any services to half the world, which is basically America's enemies. Its blistering recent growth comes in large part from enthusiasm over adopting artificial intelligence for such purposes. Palantir's competitive advantage derives not just from its software and clever engineers, but from a high-level security clearance allowing it to access classified information from America's defense and intelligence agencies. This gives it a moat with which to fend off competitors. It will certainly need one. To reduce its price-to-sales valuation to only what Google's was at the peak in 2005, while maintaining its current share price, Palantir needs to multiply its revenues by 5.6. Substantially more than the barnstorming progress it has made over the past 5 years. Doing this over the next 5 will require an annual growth rate of 40%. Oh, they're so going to do it, bro. Trust me. Sustained revenue growth of that magnitude or more is possible, even at Palantir's scale. Google, Meta, and NVIDIA have all managed it. Yeah, these are massive companies that have access to the entire planet. Yet none was priced to do so in advance. And they are, after all, among the most successful firms in history. The remarkable thing about Palantir is it needs to grow at this rate for shareholders to have a good chance of breaking even. There is no allowance for an upstart competitor, a scandal that makes clients wary, or even a mere slowdown, or the popping of the AI bubble. Please bring it. Please, God, we need another bear market. It's getting too crazy out there. If any of those strike, Cisco will need to make way for a new cautionary tale. I can't wait. And just like I'm telling you, the second this happens, all the clowns are going to go away. They're going to vanish. And Daddy will have the satisfaction of knowing that he stuck to his guns because I don't capitulate. I don't bend the knee to clownery. I was right before, and I will be right again. Now, let's go read this short report from Citron. Oh, they're just short sellers. They're just haters. Short selling is evil. You're always supposed to be bullish, bro. If you're not bullish, you're a bad person. Yeah, tell me I'm going to get rich, strongman, please. Tell me I'm going to get rich tomorrow, that I don't have to have a job, please. I don't want a job. I just want to buy stocks on Robinhood and make millions so I can buy a Bugatti. Losers. OpenAI at 500 billion puts Palantir at 40, and that's generous. So here we got butt boy Alex Karp here, and we got a little cartoon that says, at your multiple, you're worth $40 on a good day. On Friday afternoon, CNBC confirmed that OpenAI plans to sell $6 billion worth of stock, valuing the company at a staggering $500 billion. Now, I could see OpenAI being euphorically valued. It's ChatGPT, bro. It started the AI clown market that bailed out everybody. All the clowns were getting annihilated. And then ChatGPT comes online. God help us. Thanks, ChatGPT. We almost had Jeremy. We almost had Meet Kevin. Everything was collapsing. And then Mr. Sam Altman has to come save the freaking day. Can we have a dot-com bubble bust? Can we have a multi-year bear market? Please. Long-term investors will be fine. The clowns will be wiped off the planet, and it will be a glorious thing until the next bull market. And then we're going to have to go through this again. Oh, it's exhausting. This morning, we read that Sam Altman stated that the AI market is in a bubble. Altman isn't shorting Palantir. He's simply telling the truth. No, it's impossible, bro. America's going to vertical line forever into the future. I mean, maybe it's not a bubble. I really don't know, but you have to consider that it might be. The market is frothy. Yeah, look at Bitcoin. And no one knows it better than the man who built the most valuable AI company in the world. Last week, Citron's Andrew Left appeared on Fox Business with Liz Claman. She have a clam? Suggesting that at a price of $40, Palantir would start to look cheap. We stand corrected. Even at that price, it seems expensive. And then the grifters said, just buy the dip, just buy the dip, buy the dip. What a tragedy. OpenAI, the undisputed leader in AI, is achieving revenue and user growth at an unprecedented pace in technology history. Its new $500 billion valuation provides a true benchmark for evaluating Wall Street's favorite trading stock, Palantir. So OpenAI, ChatGPT, is valued at $500 billion. How much is Palantir valued at? $374 billion. God help us. It'll rally tomorrow, of course. Palantir, a company now detached from fundamentals and analysis. God, it's just, this is the new Tesla. There are so many frauds on YouTube, which I have proven over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Direct proof. Most of these frauds initially became famous because of the fraud scam company, Tesla. That's why they became famous. And now we have the new batch coming up because of Palantir. And the same disaster that befell retail in 2022 will happen again. And then something else will bail them out. What'll be the next thing? What's going to be the next thing that vertical lines the market? Let's simplify this by working backward to demonstrate why Palantir would be fortunate to achieve the same valuation multiple as OpenAI. According to public sources, OpenAI is projected to generate $29 billion, almost $30 billion of revenue for 2026, resulting in a price to sales of 16. OpenAI, the daddy of AI, has a price to sales of 16.89. And I know I'm saying these numbers and it's hard to fathom, and it's just like, it's like whatever, the stock went up. So a lot of you aren't going to hear what I'm saying. And that's perfectly fine. I really don't care about you. Let's go look at Palantir. What is Palantir's price to sales? Oh my God. I can't believe we're doing this. 106. The daddy of AI is trading at a 16 price to sales. Palantir's at 106. It almost looks like the valuation is responsible for basically all of the stock prices movement. Bloomberg consensus pegs Palantir's 2026 revenue at $5.6 billion. At OpenAI's lofty 17x multiple, that implies $40 per share. But here's the problem. Even that price would leave Palantir among the most expensive software as a service names in history. In history, at 17. 106? I don't know. God help us. God, so many people are going to get cooked. You know what? I honestly don't feel bad. I really, at this point, I just laugh. It's just what it is. There's always going to be a new stock. If Palantir collapses, eventually the grifters will move on to another one. I know how this works. I am very experienced with this. It should be noted that even at 17x sales multiple, OpenAI has the highest multiple any scaled software as a service stock in the world. And that number in itself is extreme. This means that at $40, Palantir would still be expensive. Let's ask the real question. Does Palantir deserve to trade at the same multiple as OpenAI? Which company is more defensible? What are traders ignoring? Before this note continues, I must give respect to Alex Karp and what he has accomplished with Palantir after being unprofitable for 20 years. The company has served our country. Company has served our country, defending Western Civ by collecting our data and spying on us. Yeah, freedom, bro. And its customers, and a true pioneer and leader in AI. This discussion is about stock price, not the quality of the product or management. Let's compare OpenAI and Palantir to determine which company leads the pack. What's remarkable about OpenAI isn't just its rapid growth, but the unprecedented scale at which it's occurring, unique in tech history. By contrast, Palantir demonstrates steady progress, but it falls short of OpenAI's transformative pace. This is the projected revenue growth of OpenAI and Palantir. This is a beautiful chart, okay? So they're projecting that by 2026, OpenAI's revenue will be $29.4 billion. Now, look at the blue line. You notice the angle is steeper? That indicates faster revenue growth. Look at that explosive revenue growth. And what's this down here? What's this orange line? Oh, that's Palantir's. So you'd think, which one would have a higher multiple of sales? Palantir, clearly Palantir would have a higher multiple, right? Because it's growing revenues way slower. No, the higher multiple should go to OpenAI because it's growing immensely faster. But OpenAI has a multiple of 17. Palantir has a multiple of 106. 5, 6, 7 times higher. It's a bubble. Palantir is a bubble. 100,000%. And I am heartbroken. I am destroyed inside that these grifters have been given legitimacy. They will lead you to the path of damnation. I warned you this in 2021. Nobody listened to me, and I was proven right. And I'll be proven right again. Daddy always wins, but he never gets credit. So blah, 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 blah. While Palantir's excelled in government contracts, expansion into enterprise puts it in direct competition with established software giants who dominate at scale. Citron highlights Databricks, still private but already a cornerstone of data and AI for the Fortune 500, as the most significant threat. Unlike Palantir's service-heavy deployments, Databricks offers true software economics, a risk Wall Street has yet to fully factor into Palantir's valuation. Please collapse. Please, the wrath that I will drop on everybody that made fun of me. You thought it was bad in 2022 when I utterly crushed these clowns. It's going to be so much worse. Woo, baby. While Palantir faces stiff competition, OpenAI commands roughly 62.5% of the consumer AI market and 72% of enterprise adoption. So it's got market dominance, growing revenues way faster than Palantir. Oh, let's give them a multiple of 17, and let's give Palantir a multiple of 106. OpenAI is creating a flywheel that Palantir lacks. Each new user enhances the models, improves the products, and widens the moat, fueling a cycle of growth, data, and scale reminiscent of Google in its prime. Yeah, I think OpenAI is going to do great things, personally. not a defense contractor. Palantir's stickiness is real, but its growth hinges on slow, customized contracts that don't compound. One customer doesn't improve the platform for the next. That's the key difference. OpenAI is a self-reinforcing growth engine, while Palantir is essentially locked-in consulting wrapped in software. The Palantir dilemma.
But it went up, bro. Bro. It went up, bro. Look at Bitcoin. It went up, bro. You're wrong about Bitcoin, bro. You're wrong about Tesla. Tesla went up, bro. That means you were wrong.
Oh, yeah, I was totally right about Tesla. 100% right. I should be given a 5-star rating for Tesla because I nailed that, baby. I nailed it. But the stock went up anyway because it's Tesla. When it comes to big data, there's a point where more isn't always better. Companies keep piling up information, hoping for some magic insight. But the reality is classic diminishing returns. After a certain size, each new data set offers less value, and the cost and complexity skyrocket. Palantir has built its reputation selling tools to mine these mountains of data. But the market is waking up. You can't just throw more servers and code at the problem forever. Now, Palantir faces a familiar squeeze. If it wants to keep growing, it will have to come up with new products that actually solve real business problems, or risk getting sidelines as companies realize the upside isn't what it used to be. And if you think about it, think about it. So Palantir's valuation is skyrocketing, and some part of the market is probably thinking, wow, this company has a moat and they're going to have mega profits in the future. That's kind of factoring into the valuation. Well, other large companies, especially tech companies, if they see this, they're going to say, well, Palantir has a moat and they could be printing mega profits in the future. I want to get in on that as well. That causes competition. The same thing happened to Tesla. Tesla was the only one. It had the only moat in electric vehicles. It was printing pretty good profits. But when other competitors see that, they get in on it, and that erodes margins as competition increases. This is called capitalism. And it's a good thing until companies become hyper monopolies and they have to be broken up. But that's capitalism, competition. The days of selling data fairy dust are fading. It's time for Palantir to prove it can deliver something new and tangible, not just bigger numbers. What about Wall Street analysts and their lofty price? Wall Street analysts are clowns. They're total morons. I remember during the clown market, they had these insane price targets for all these crap co's. And most of the companies went bankrupt, but they had their price targets because they pull it out of their butts. That's a fact. If you're an accounting washout, you go work in finance because you don't have to actually be proven right. You can just guess stuff forever. You just guess. That's all it is, guessing. And some people get lucky and some don't. For 3 decades, Citron Research has observed a recurring pattern. Wall Street analysts often act more like cheerleaders than risk managers. Of course, I saw it myself with my own eyes in 2021. Inflating multiples, chasing momentum, and rarely calling market tops, effectively becoming mouthpieces for the companies they cover. In Palantir's case, this optimism has paid off for early investors. Congratulations if you bought at a low price. However, it's critical to focus on the risks. What would Palantir do with Palantir stock? If Palantir's Foundry platform analyzed its own stock, it would cut through the narrative and focus on the data. Slower revenue growth compared to AI peers, heavy dependence on government contracts, and valuation multiples significantly exceeding those of true software comparables. The conclusion would be straightforward. Palantir's stock appears overvalued relative to its fundamentals. Unfortunately, Citron, go check out Tesla stock. Unfortunately. Insider selling. The numbers don't need spin. They tell the story. Both Alex Karp and Elon Musk have vocally criticized short sellers, but their actions as CEOs differ sharply. During Tesla's historic rise from 2012 to 2020, God, so many clowns were made from that. So sad. Musk bought stock on the open market and pledged billions of his personal fortune to back the company, showing absolute conviction in its future. Karp has done the opposite. In the past 2 years, he has sold nearly $2 billion in Palantir shares, making him one of the tech's most aggressive inside sellers. I mean, that's smart. I don't blame him for doing that. Musk proved he is all in. Karp is proving he's cashing out, using Palantir's AI rally as his personal exit strategy. Final verdict. Leave it to ChatGPT to hand us the answer. Its own $500 billion valuation became the Rosetta Stone for Palantir stock. Could Palantir trade higher in the short term? Sure, why not? It could go to $1 trillion. I would not be surprised if it did. It could go to $2 trillion. It could go to $10 trillion. It could go to $100 trillion. Why not? Why not? Bro, I'm a genius. Price of sales of 10 trillion to 1. Who cares? Just like cryptocurrency. Crypto can go up massively and it's worth nothing. But it's worthless. What matters is perspective. At $40 a share, Palantir is an $86 billion software company. A valuation that most CEOs would call a win, not a loss. Karp and his team should be proud. But for investors, that's where discipline kicks in. Comparison is the enemy of happiness. And when measured against the true AI leaders, Palantir's price already reflects success beyond its fundamentals. Jesus, what a freaking disaster. Oh, well, let's see what the clowns have to say in the comments. Already saw, what's his name? Gil. Jeremy, I'm going to suck Jeremy's schlong. And I only do member comments, so sue me. Here we go. Here's Gil. He just loves to cause drama, never comes on and debates like a man. Echoes and the other viewers have stated they regret listening to Strongman when deciding to buy Palantir when it was low, by the way. He costed many people a ton of opportunity cost. He will call this spam. It's not spam. If you buy an index fund, you own every stock, Gil. What? Do you get off by, like, just posting these stupid comments? And then you hide behind your comments, boy. You don't come on here and debate me. You want to know why? Because I clap those cheeks, boy. Let's go. Let's go. I'll clap you into the fifth dimension. I think the fans would like it. Unfortunately, Strongman has to begin to censor my comments and call them spam, following the same methods as his liberal friends. Well, dude, sometimes you do spam. I'm off today so I can watch Strongman with the rest of the pay pigs. Oh, we got an ulti video coming up. Don't worry. We gotta pump it up. Pump ulti up. Buy the dip on ulti. We gotta buy the dip. We're all gonna be rich with passive income. Buy Palantir. Buy ulti. Palantir for the 10x. Ulti for the dividends. We're all gonna be rich, brah. The forward PE is approximately 245, far exceeding the S&P's average of 22x, and even NVIDIA's 35. It doesn't matter, dude. This is why I think stock picking is all fugazi. I really do. Because it's just stupid. It's just totally idiotic, random crap. The random walk down Wall Street, I believe that. That makes sense to me. I look at Bitcoin, I'm like, what? I look at Tesla, I'm like, I can't fathom this. I look at Palantir, I'm like, dude, come on. There's so much clownery in this market. It's bad. It's really bad. Bitcoin's taking a dump. Oh, it'll come back. Don't worry. Don't tell the clowns that to justify its $350 billion market cap, Palantir would need to grow non-GAAP net income by 40% annually for the next 9 years to align with a normal PE of, it's going to happen, bro. Keep buying it. It's going to happen. Let me answer member comments. Hey, if you want me to pull up your comments, you got to pay me. You got to pay me. Is it good that the executives have dumped $3 billion of stock in the last 12 months? I would do the same thing. Here's Gil. I pulled up every one of his comments. Strongman has begun censoring me. I literally see this is like the clownery I have to deal with Gil. I pull up every one of his comments and he's Strongman censoring me. Just like Fabio and Dan block me to delete all my comments, proving, well, you're like a chick, dude. You're like a drama queen. You really are. Every video, you're fluffing a grifter. Every video, you fluff grifters. But you watch me religiously. You love your daddy. Just admit it. Pick a side, Gil. Either you pick stocks all the time or you buy VT. Choose one. It's a clown stock, but if you invest in VT, you do already have it in your portfolio. That's how I cope with being poor. I know Palantir is 0.2% of my portfolio. The degenerates just want fast money. Yeah, I know. Trust me. Strawman has a video on his channel advising him to lie themselves to date women. Him and Dan have stated I am lying, so it's funny to see these clowns were projecting. Which video are you talking about? Laughing at Palantir returns over a one-day drop is a clown move. I'm not laughing at the one-day drop. I've always criticized the valuation. Always. I mean, you could have made a case when it was like $8, sure. But now, it's delusional nonsense garbage. And Palantir, it's just like a microcosm of this whole market where delusion reigns supreme. Clowns reign supreme. The clowns are in full control. And y'all get mad because I didn't say, oh, you need to buy the dip on this stock. I'm not going to tell you to buy the dip on any stock. I'm going to tell you to dollar cost average into VT. I've been pretty consistent about that. And some stocks will always beat VT. I don't know why this is such a difficult concept. Can I get a membership? Yes, you can. It's on them. You got to go on the desktop and sign up for it. Palantir has beaten VT returns for years and will continue to do so. We'll see about that. Hopefully Jay Nagy comes back. The revolution needs him. Bought more he's buying Bitcoin and Palantir. Shocker. Glad to see some other members calling out strongman. They try to character assassinate me when I'm the dude. We've invited you to be a man. Okay? A man. Talk to me face to face. That's all I'm asking. Let's go. You're being a coward. I can respect Meet Kevin more than you because at least Meet Kevin came on my channel. At least Meet Kevin came on Daddy's channel. That is a manly thing to do. And I respect that, even though he's a grifter. You are a bussy. I take very little of what Strongman says seriously. He lies regularly. His next live stream is going to be all lies. Well, no comment. We want Jay Nagy back. He'll be back. It could be wrong, but doesn't Palantir have government contracts? Okay, they have government contracts, so the 106 price to sales is justified. I've noticed this. Nobody has conviction in anything. They don't believe in anything. They chase what the crowd chases. That's why people like Bitcoin, because it went up. They don't understand that it's fundamentally worthless and that it doesn't matter where it goes. They don't understand this. So when Palantir goes up, oh, it's good, buy it. Bitcoin goes up, oh, it must be good, buy it. Ethereum, oh, you got to buy Ethereum too. You people have like no conviction. You're all chicks. You're all chicks. All of you. Strawman has been underperforming for years. It will likely, it's common sense. Oh, it's common sense. It's common sense. It's easy. Even though VT's beat VTI this year, it doesn't matter. Internationals crushed U.S. stocks this year. Doesn't matter because it's just an aberration. Oh, it's just an aberration. Oh, do you guys know that? Yeah, internationals clapping U.S. stocks this year. For a bunch of alphas, all you do is whine like little bussies. Fabio's been caught and exposed by Moxie lying on live. Dan Weston got exposed lying on live by the own host of the show. Quite funny. I'm transparent. Gil, you're not transparent. You are not transparent. Any stock tips? Yeah, I've been following things. Kathy Wood's Zoom video was a 106X. That fell hard and fast. This will too. You have to have an IQ under 90 to not see this. Well, you did. There's a lot of stupid people out there. And really, they're stupid. I mean, like, I tried to tell people this in 2021. I'm like, this market's crazy. Nothing makes sense. And it's like, nobody listened. And then they all got annihilated and they all disappeared. And then ChatGPT came and saved the day. And now Chris Sain's a genius. Stockmill's a genius. Oh, everybody's a genius now. Took some profits today. I might start. Oh, now you're buying VT. Wow. You just said it was going to underperform, and then you're going to buy VT. Get your story straight. Always lie on dating apps when Strongman has advised men to make absolute outlandish lies. All I said was if you're 5'10", maybe you should round it up to 6 foot. That's outlandish. An outlandish lie is like being married and living in Colorado and claiming you're single and trying to match people in New York. Like, that would be outlandish. Rounding up by 2 inches is not outlandish. To try to get laid. I would advise men to become a great man, bro. Become a great man like me. Strong would rather advise men to lie and eventually expose themselves, make a fool out of themselves to a woman. I'd advise you to become, the man with no kids is lecturing the guy that had 2 kids. Yeah. Teach me about how to get a woman, bro. It's up 45% this year. I don't recommend lying. You can lie, but the lie would be exposed. Absolute clown advice. LOL. Lying can potentially work if you just want to get the cheeks, but that's not what I do. How about taking to their channel instead of... Oh, no. But then if I don't answer their spam... Oh, you're censoring me. Oh, my God. I'm going to get my membership's worth. This stream wouldn't be here if it wasn't for supporters like us. I'd still stream. Read all his comments in the stream. No, people like to complain. I like the honesty. Why are you saying Strawman is crying about other YouTubers? Because I'm doing what he does to other YouTubers, dumb clown. No, I actually expose their lies. You just make up shit. I think the membership model is to pay and only be able to comment if you will fluff daddy, but you can't expose them. See, I've literally... Okay, so this is the level of, like, clownery that Gil engages in. I literally pull up every single one of his comments, and then he claims I'm censoring him. And then he claims I only want to get fluffed. But I literally pull up every single one of his comments. I'm literally being told the sky is pink right now, and it's blue. I'm literally being told the sky is pink when it is clearly blue. And everybody's looking at me like I'm a clown. And I see the sky is blue. It's pink. It's pink. That's what Gil's doing right now. Oh, he won't debate me. He's a huge bussy. He's a coward. Gil is a weak man and a coward. And apparently he has a video game, but none of us have seen it. Oh, I got a video game, bro. Yes, the all-in crowd. He's into a gambler. They want Strongman to defend. Strongman doesn't do that. You've gotten a lot better at presenting your videos and talking on YouTube. Well, I've been doing this for 5 freaking years. He bought this fancy streaming tier plan, no more choppy video. Well, actually, moving the computer to my daughter's room, which is right below the router, that increased my internet quality. And then I got a green screen. I got a better microphone. I got to invest a little bit, you know. CEO equals chief ego offices. I never want to be CEO of anything. And the new mic. Yep, the new mic is pretty delicious. Palantir has a monopoly and can't lose it, but I'm going to sell and buy VT, even though I just said VT's trash. Clap me, daddy. I got it for free. You did get it for free, you little grifter. AMC. I predict a market crash. Oh, wow. What a genius. I see sometimes NVIDIA buy penny stocks like SOUN. Are they doing that to write off? No, I think they're making investments. VT has outperformed VTI because... Are you just trolling, dude? What is this comment? What is this comment? VT has outperformed VTI because it has MicroStrategy in it. They're in both of them. What is wrong with you? I think you're trolling me. If so, you're doing a pretty good job. I can't. No, don't add. No. Actually, I hope it does. We are chicks. No. I will stop exposing Strongman or his clown friends until I come and challenge him as a man. You have my word. Oh, let's go, Gil. I'd respect you a lot more if you debated me. The average American is regarded. AI will only make people dumber. I agree with that. After being on YouTube for all these years, it terrifies me how stupid people are. It really does. Like they get tricked so easy. It's horrifying. If you're evil, you can make a lot of money. Already said I'd pay for the debate. Bro, the sky's pink. Chris, you know for a fact that you were... Dude, he was literally spamming. He posts like 1,000 comments. He does. So I can't pull up... imagine if this channel 10x'd in size, right? Imagine this channel 10x'd, and then somebody's just posting like 1 word per comment. I can't pull up everything. I can't. Thanks for pointing that out. I will stop with the exposing, but Alan, brother, trust me, can't wait till I'm able to go on YouTube and I'm sure that's happening any day now, Gil. I'm sure any day you're going to be debating me now, bro. You should change your background to something less elegant and bussy. Well, I mean, there's not many options. It's like a brick wall, and then it's like I can upload pictures. I mean, I could find something eventually, but this is like the best background out of the options that I have. I'm like Trump playing 4D chess to gather the lies they've accumulated. He's going to destroy me, bro. Can NVIDIA pay less taxes if it buys penny stocks? I'd have to think about that one. Because companies have a little bit different rules than like a C corporation, they have to report capital gains and they can offset capital gains with capital losses, but they can't take like a capital loss deduction on their return. That's only for individuals. Or it's passed through from a pass-through entity. So C corps have special rules. So there's probably maybe a way they could do that, especially if they if they acquired the company. Let's say they wholly acquired the company and it's completely consolidated. They own the entire company. Well, yes, they could potentially, if the company they bought had a bunch of expenses, they could deduct that on their tax return because they own the company. It's a consolidated entity. But when it comes to like equity accounting, I'm not exactly sure, to be perfectly honest. Hey, Gil. NVIDIA supposedly bought some CoreWeave shares. Well, that's the paying $1 to save a dime. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Bro, I need to save money. I'm going to buy a truck. That's American logic for you. I want a tax deduction. I want to save 10 grand on taxes, so I'm going to spend 50 grand. Oh, I'm such a genius. Oh, shut up. You people are such little bussies. All right. We need to move on to the next stream. Oh, Alan's going to be whining the whole time because he doesn't like when Daddy lays the smack down. He doesn't like when Daddy does the little pumpy pump. But sometimes Daddy likes to pump, and I have very good reasons for it. It makes me feel very good inside when I pump it up, baby. Yeah. All right, stand by. Give me a couple minutes and we'll start the next stream. Check out my CPA services. I am a certified public accountant. You can book a free 30-minute tax consultation with me. I'll give you an upfront quote. We'll talk about your tax situation, and then you will let me prepare your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you soon.